I just love that this is just such a long song title, but also the title track. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for showing up and stopping by today. We are listening to 1976, the sequel band, the second iteration. I'm just kidding. We're listening to the 1975. But if they ever did break up and reform, maybe with like one new band member or two, they could just call it, the 1976 and so on and so forth. Okay. Well, listening to the title track, I Like It When You Sleep, for You Are So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It. Released 2016 off of their second studio album, obviously of the same name. This was recommended and sponsored by Des. So Des, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you so much for the support as well. Really appreciate it. You said that this is a nice intro into the more experimental side of the band, and I am all for experimental. So let us go ahead and experiment a little bit. We'll discuss it afterwards. Here we go. This kind of sounds like telepop music. That's a good sound. This is a really good sound, I will say. I do enjoy this. I like this kind of like IDM electronic kind of sound, like this ambient pop. That's really good. Yeah, that sound is a sound that I think is like really, really lovely. I think that that sort of electronica influenced ambient side of pop sounds really, really good. It kind of sounds a little bit leaning towards the future pop sound of things with all those, sequence keyboards that are just so light and they faintly dance around like little stars that show up in the sky, little fireworks that are going off in slow motion, the plucked strings you hear, those kind of going around as well. And I really like the use of the bass when it comes to that electronica kind of bass. You have that synth bass that comes in, warping itself in, pitching up, and like having a strong backbone, and then going back and fading away. And that kind of intro I think is really cool. Establishes a little bit of a subtle beat, even though it's subtle in its punchiness. No, it's hit my headphone. It still has like a lot of bass, of course, a lot of reverberation, kind of like an 808. But it doesn't have that punch like a kick. So I like how that kind of starts us off. It kind of makes me think of hearing the music in a club from outside the club and maybe a corner away. So you still hear it and you can hear the melodies happening. You can hear the actual, bass reverberating, but you don't necessarily hear that kick. But then as you get closer, of course, as the song gets about halfway through or so, you open the door to the club and all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. And you really hear it going on and you get a lot more involved. And I think the band did a great job of kind of playing in that space. It kind of reminds me of like the more electronic directions of like Imogen Heap or have you guys heard of Telepop music? If you like this sound, their album Angel Milk would probably be one that you would like because it is abundant with this kind of stuff. Kind of more in a down-tempo trip hop direction as well. Like I'm just skipping around to the first track here. Kind of sound like this. And I think that sound works really well for myself. I can't speak for you guys, but for myself, I think that kind of sound with the little glitchiness that's hopping back and forth also works really well. It just makes a great way of establishing something that's glitchy. So in a sense, it kind of acts like it's broken or maybe harmed, but there's also something incredibly melodic about it. And I think that comes across very easily in the actual melody and flavor of everything. Not a lot of lyrics on this one. Much repeated. Before you go, turn the big light off. Before you go, and then please don't go, turn the big light off. So there's that, of course, kind of contradiction of the, before you go, like accepting that you're going, but not necessarily wanting that person to go. And then the outro here, early monogamy, there isn't much. Early monogamy, there isn't much. There's not a lot of monogamy, but maybe we can be an item. Maybe there can be a little bit between us. Let's look at the annotations here. It says it was presumed to contain full-length lyrics, those which were originally released as a poem by Matt Healy through Twitter and later found on the band's SoundCloud banner. Healy told Karak that the phrase originates from a phrase that he said to a past girlfriend, although it wasn't drenched in sweet romance as it may appear to be. They appeared as well further in a cryptic tweet later on. And it says that he used Twitter to release lyrics before actually putting them up and revealing them in the music itself. So like putting the lyrics out doesn't tell you much of anything except maybe the direction, the theme of a song, but you haven't heard the song, but then the song comes out and then you put the two and two together and that's what you get. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. I hope that you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good time listening here. Des, thank you so much once again for the support and for the recommendation. And I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Come back together tomorrow, and I will see you all then. Bye, everyone.